Hello, Blue Springs, and welcome to this edition of Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Reisinger of Sideliner Sports. So happy you could join us today. We've got a great show lined up for you. First, we'll be joined by our great friend Susan Cooper. She's the theater director here at Blue Springs South High School. Guys and Dolls, that classic play they're putting on here on February 5th, 6th, and 7th. You want to make sure you get out here and see it, and Susan will tell us all about Guys and Dolls. Then we'll be joined by Eric Sporing, financial advisor at U.S. Bank. He's so involved in the community, and Eric's going to tell us about the 529 college plans and also about his involvement here in the Blue Springs community. That's all straight ahead here on Positively Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Talking in general.
I said je ne sais quoi.
I know, but what did she say?
Be a wingman with new all-white meat boneless chicken wings in 3 flavors and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
BR Carpet, located at 1901 Northwest Jefferson in Blue Springs, carries a complete line of quality name brand flooring products. Carpet, hardwood, tile and stone, laminate, vinyl, and now countertops. You will find it at BR Carpet. Customers appreciate the friendly service and professional installation they receive at BR Carpet, knowing their job will be completed promptly and done right. Update your floors with the help of the folks who are proud to be a sponsor of Positively Blue Springs. That's BR Carpet. Blue Springs owned and operated BR Carpet. More than a great floor. Call BR Carpet at 224-0777. That's 224-0777. Online at brcarpet.com.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Reisinger, Sideliner Sports, and so happy to be joined by one of our favorite guests. She's Susan Cooper. She's the theater director here at Blue Springs South High School. And if you have not been to a theater production here at Blue Springs South High School, you are really, really missing out. And as always, Susan, welcome back to Positively Blue Springs.
Thank you. You are a wonderful influence on Blue Springs here, and we're so glad to be a part of your show. And you know, theater is a part of our culture. It's who we are as people, and it's just exciting to get to teach this subject and introduce it to kids here at the school. Yep. Very appreciative of our school district here that supports the arts.
It's so important, and one thing that I definitely want to point out, this is a huge compliment to you, is that we're sitting in this beautiful studio here, and what Pete Grigsby has done with the BSSD Media Network, with the radio, with the television, expanding out to other schools and everything. This studio and what he does is second to none. Okay, everyone wants to know, how can we do it? How can we do what Pete does here? Your theater department here at Blue Springs South is on par with Pete's department, because you know, you're going to be doing Guys and Dolls. You're not afraid of challenging your students with any production. And when people come and they see the productions, it's just, you know, starlight material.
Well, thank you. That's really kind of you. We have amazing talent. I'm really lucky to be able to work with these kids and to help develop this talent. We are very fortunate here. So, Guys and Dolls, do we get to talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about Guys and Dolls.
All right, February 5, 6, and 7. So excited to do this show. It's one of what we call a book musical. It is from the golden age of musical. So that means that there is ample storyline, there's lots of singing, lots of dancing, and this is just one of these all-time favorites. As I tell people what we're doing, you see their eyes light up and they're so excited to see that. And even you, when you came in, you started singing some of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
These are the numbers that everybody is very familiar with. And our kids are just having a ball. They are having so much fun learning about these characters and who they are, and they cannot wait to share them with everybody here in Blue Springs.
Now, who's playing Nathan Detroit?
Nathan Detroit. Oh, I had one of these moments. His name is Adam Gentry, and Adelaide is played by Julia Swank.
Okay.
And I first met these two when Delta Woods, back in 8th grade, these kids were cast opposite each other, and they were doing Thoroughly Modern Millie. And then they moved up here, and for the last 4 years, and I was sitting there at rehearsals the other day, and they were doing one of their numbers together, and I just got a little teary-eyed thinking, this is it. We're after this show, you know, they are seniors. This will be one of their last times on our stage, and I thought they have certainly entertained us well for 5 years, and such wonderful talent. You will have so much fun watching them. Julia has nailed Adelaide, that nasally twang that she has. Yeah, she's nailed it, and it's so fun to watch her perform.
I'm glad that you mentioned, Delta Woods, is because, many people, when they think about athletics here in Blue Springs, that the Little League programs are so important to the football team. And that here in theater, that Delta Woods, which is a Blue Springs South feeder middle school,
yes,
that you're familiar with the theater talent there.
Yes. Both Delta and Moreland Ridge feed in here to Blue Springs South, and I try to go to all their performances. Yeah, take a look. I'm always scouting. We already know. We have our eyes on some kids who are, 6th grade, 7th grade, waiting for them to come on up and enter our program here. They are definitely feeder school programs. Both Maureen Keltz and Tom Leith at the middle schools, give a shout out to them. They are superb instructors and do a wonderful job. Some of the best in the state there at the middle school level. So they make my job easy.
So how did you choose and why did you choose Guys and Dolls?
Guys and Dolls. It was just time to go back into the vault and do a classic, do an old family favorite. It was just time after the success of High School Musical. It was a modern, very contemporary storyline. It was time to go back and do a classic. We try to mix them up so the kids always have some experience with both, the things that are new and fresh and also some of the old classics.
And you think of, Guys and Dolls, back in, I believe, probably the 40s, Frank Sinatra, played Nathan Detroit, correct?
In the movie, yes.
In the movie. And the thing I love about Guys and Dolls is that, and when people come, if you remember, you and I are old enough to remember Technicolor, okay, which came right after black and white. This is the outfits that you have and the props that you have. You come there, it's like Guys and Dolls will be in Technicolor.
Oh my gosh, yes. Our rental costumes have already arrived, and you're going to get a picture of them. I brought some down to share, and they are those gambler suits. They are bright, they are loud. Yes, Technicolor, they're going to have so much fun with those. Our Hot Box girls are, they're all just having fun with all of them, and it's different from their normal, ordinary activities, and these are just really fun characters.
And as we always talk, when you're always on, is that it's not just the stage actors that make this performance possible. There are so many behind-the-scenes people. How many total people do you think is going to be involved in Guys and Dolls?
You always ask that. I never know. I think the cast is at 65.
Wow.
We've had a couple of kids with some health issues that have had to drop out. And 65 in the cast. We have 15 that are going to be backstage and in our booth. And we have, I think, 15 down in the pit. So this really is a blending of the music department with the instrumental, with the vocal music, with everything that we have here in the theater as well. All of those kids come together. They're having a lot of fun. As the orchestra has been just joining us, and I'm out in front watching, and I look down at the pit, and suddenly they've all left their instruments, and they're all back up to the side, straining to see up over the edge and see what's happening up on stage. Because you think about it, they never get to see the show. So they just get these little bits in rehearsal, and it's fun to see them as they are hearing things for the first time and starting to laugh and starting to get the jokes and get the feel for what's happening on stage.
Well, you mentioned the orchestra, and that's something that people really may not think about. They think, well, we're going to a play, we're going to a theater presentation. The orchestra is automatically there. But how does someone become a part of the orchestra? How do you find them? And just tell us about the orchestra.
Well, Mr. Mitchell, Jamie Mitchell, is our pit conductor, and he recruits through the marching band and also the orchestra. That sometimes is what we factor into our decisions. If it's, for example, last year High School Musical was just kind of a small little combo, wasn't very large at all. And we really want to focus in and find shows that feature our orchestra. Marching band has their season, they get a lot of attention. Orchestra, not so much. So this is a real showcase for the orchestra students. But every now and then we choose shows that don't have a strong orchestra. This year they do. So he's had to go and recruit all of those kids. And they have been rehearsing as long as we have been. You know, we're on stage and he's in the orchestra room after school since November with these kids. These are full professional books. We have the option of kind of dumbing down the music, and we never take it. So these kids are doing professional level work. And
it is Blue Spring South.
And it is Blue Spring South,
Yeah.
yes. But, you know, that said, there are a lot of high school programs. There are companies around that specialize in recording of the music so that we can buy the music and just sing along to the track. And we choose not to do that so that our instrumental kids can be a part of it as well. It's a good experience for our musicians. For the vocalists, they hear it, you know, in rehearsal, we're rehearsing with recorded music, and then when they hear it live for the first time, it's always deer in the headlights of, oh my gosh, that's not what it sounds like. And as they all introduce each other,
to come here tonight. We're hoping to get married. Isn't that
We talked about support that you get not just here at Blue Spring South High School, which is from Dr. Belt all the way down to the student body you get, but from the Blue Spring School District overall. Okay, theater is very important to them, and they support the arts very well. Correct?
How much time do I have?
live like normal people?
The stage is yours.
Oh,
Paper and bookends.
sometimes, you know, I will point to right out my window. We have this very beautiful football, soccer stadium, and beautiful athletic facilities.
Yes, nice.
What most people don't realize that we're trying to let our audiences know is that the district has supported us very substantially in the last 3 or 4 years. We're in third year of a 4-year update and renovation. And this last year, most of it has happened in the belly and the guts with major pieces of equipment that needed to be upgraded. We were 23 to 25 years old, and so we needed major updates and renovation. They're beginning to do things that you're going to see a little bit more of, in that we now have brand new curtains. No more faded, mismatched curtains, no more torn. They had really gotten heavily used over the years. So we are so thankful and grateful that, yes, they put their money there, and it's a substantial amount of money, I'm sure. And we have one more major upgrade coming this next year. So yes, so grateful to our school district. I just saw over the weekend that we're number 2, ranked number 2, and I know that part of that ranking is just because they, part of it is their support of the arts as well as athletics and academics.
Well,
It's the full package.
I'm not surprised, because when you walk through the halls here at Blue Spring South High School, there is an ambiance of that we can do it and we do it right, and there's a pep in the step. And that pep in the step is definitely, and Blue Spring South pride is conveyed at all of your performances. And congratulations on all your great success. Have you already started looking at what you're going to do for the fall?
For next year? Are you kidding me? No, let me get through next week. Let me get through next week. We start looking, it'll be a comedy. We try to alternate comedies, and we did Hamlet this last year, so we're looking at something in a comedy vein.
Okay.
Those are always fun, but no, nothing yet.
Okay, if someone wants to come and experience this outstanding theater production, what are the dates that you're doing them?
We are going on next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, February 5, 6, and 7. Evening shows are at 7 o'clock. We also do a Saturday matinee at 2 o'clock. They can call the school at 816-224-1315, and we can get them some pre-sale tickets. Those are $8, and if they want to buy them at the door, they will be $10.
Okay, and if there are any businesses out there that would like to get involved with the Blue Spring School District, Blue Spring South Theater Department, because, with this, a great performance, you might as well have your name right there with it.
Yes.
How can they do that?
Same number, 816-224-1315. Ask for me, Susan Cooper, and we will get them hooked up. There's lots of ways to help with that.
Well, Susan, as always, we love having you here on The Guest. It's always my easiest interview that I ever do, because when you
just talk too much.
Yeah, well, when you deal with excellence, okay, and that's what you have at the here at Blue Spring South with the theater department. Congratulations on all your success. I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing for the fall. I can't wait to see this next week, and encourage you February 5th, 6th, and 7th, 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, the 7th, 2 p.m., there's a special matinee. You want to get out and see it, because you haven't seen these young adults perform, and you do have people on Broadway who are your alumni.
Right this moment, there is one on Broadway in a show. and they're on national tours, and of course I've got them in Hollywood, so.
Right? Don't miss out. Come see Susan's theater department put on this screening.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Glad to be here.
You bet. This is Positivity Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Cars are more than just metal. They're our best friend, and our best friend's best friend. They're our chariots and our workhorses. They make us feel alive, and they put us to sleep. They make us laugh, and they make us proud. So when something happens to them, something happens to us. From dents and scratches to glass and collision repair, CarStar Auto Body Repair experts do it all.
For all your auto body repairs, go to your locally owned KC Auto CarStar in Blue Springs.
Thinking about college? Then check out Metropolitan Community College Blue River. We offer transfer programs that give you the foundation for a bachelor's degree and career programs such as Police Academy and Fire Academy that reward you with a quick access to great jobs. Our small class sizes give you personal attention and our class times fit your busy lifestyle. MCC Blue River's cost is 1/3 that of most universities, and financial aid and scholarships are available to those who qualify. Check out our online courses and Saturday classes. Go to mcckc.edu to enroll today or call 816-604-1000. Again, that's 816-604-1000. Blue River is a campus of Metropolitan Community College.
Good driver? State Farm agent Chad Smith has a discount for that and a lot more. Call or stop by today.
Welcome back to Positivity Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Reisinger, Sideline of Sports, and so happy to have with us today Eric Sporing with U.S. Bank. He's a financial advisor at U.S. Bank up on North 7 Highway here in Blue Springs. Really involved in the community, involved with the schools, involved with us with Sideline of Sports and Vision Sports. Just a guy that gets it. And Eric, as always, welcome back to Positivity Blue Springs.
Well, thank you, Tony. Thanks for having me.
Okay. You know, you're very, very involved here in Blue Springs in the community, and one of the things you're involved in, I'm in a networking group with you called the Blue Springs Business League, and you were the chair 2 years ago, and tell us about the Blue Springs Business League and your experience you had as heading up and taking it to new levels.
It's a great little networking group that we have, just basically of business leaders here in Blue Springs like yourself. But it's a great place to network, meet new people. When I took over the club, as you know, we were, our membership was kind of in the teens. And, when I stepped down, we'd grown that to over 20-some, new people that had joined our group.
Yeah, it's people doing business local, and people getting to know each other, and not just people doing business with themselves, but giving referrals and stuff. And 'cause it's all about Blue Springs, a great community, and just great people supporting other people in the business community.
Yeah, prime example today. One of our group members called me today, had a customer that needed some help, picked up the phone, called me, and I'm taking care of that. That customer, that is a customer for one of our people in the group.
Yeah, definitely. So, and one thing, you're a financial advisor, but it's there's and we are customers of yours. Brian Johnson and myself. We recently purchased some insurance through you for Vision Sports, which you're a great sponsor of. So, what are all the products that you offer?
Well, I offer, as you said, life insurance, mutual funds, 529 retirement plans, 401k plans for any business owners out there. Just some of the products that I do offer.
Yep. And one thing we're here on the BSSD Media Network on Channel 15 and AT&T Uverse 99 is this is a school, okay? And kids from these schools go on to college. And a great way for parents to save for college is a 529 college plan. Tell us, what is a 529 college plan?
Well, Tony, a 529 college plan is a great way for parents, grandparents to save for their college, or save for college for their kids or grandkids. 529 plans, when you withdraw the money out of a 529 plan, it is free from federal taxes as long as it's used for a qualified college expense, like books, tuition, room and board, computers. A lot of people don't realize that you can use a 529 plan to purchase a computer for your son or daughter to go to college.
Okay. And speaking of college, I know we have a son that's graduated from UMKC. College is not cheap these days. Why is it important to save for college?
Well, you just hit the nail on the head, Tony. College is expensive.
Yep.
The national average over the last 20 years, the inflation rate on college expenses or tuition has gone up on an average of 6% a year. It's very expensive.
That is true.
Yeah.
When I went to the University of Missouri in 1980, it was $30 for a college credit.
Yeah.
And when I look at what I'm paying right now in the same system at UMKC, I believe it's over $260.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, times over the 30 hours for the year. That's just right there alone. Before you get to books and everything, that's $7,800 right there. It's crazy.
Yeah. The national average to attend a 4-year private school is $40,000 a year. That's just for private. That's just 1 year.
Right.
The average for a 4-year public school right now is about $18,000. I'll use a little example. You've met my son, Cameron. He's been up in the booth with us for the Red Zone, which
we'll talk about.
We'll
talk about the Red Zone here soon.
Yeah. But anyway, I just did a little scenario today before I ran down here. He's 9, so he'll be off to college here in 9 years. So what I did was ran a little scenario. 9 years out, what it'd look like for him going to college. Pick Mizzou. I know you're a big fan of Mizzou. That's why I picked it. But fast forward 9 years from now, my son steps on the campus of Mizzou. It's going to cost me $156,000.
Wow.
To send him to college.
Yeah.
That's for 4 years.
That's real dollars.
Those are real dollars.
We just had Susan Cooper on, and there's the old joke. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? It's practice, practice, practice. And tell your son, how do you get those scholarships? Study, study, study.
Exactly.
Do it for dad, son.
That's right. That's right.
Is the 529 plan, is it just good for 4-year colleges?
No, Tony, it is not. It's good for any post-secondary school. I mean, you can use it at a 2-year college, obviously a 4-year college. But a 529 plan is also good at most trade and technical schools too. So if your son or daughter wants to become a welder and there's a great welding program at a technical school, probably a good chance you can use that 529 plan to get into use it at the technical school.
Being familiar like with Roth IRAs and other investments like that where there's a limit of how much you can put in every year. Is there a limit with what you can contribute to a 529 plan?
Yes, there is, Tony. That's a good question. You can put in $14,000 a year if you're single. If you're married, you can put in $28,000. There is a maximum over the lifetime that you can put into it. It's $310,000. So if you got a rich aunt, uncle that wants to max it out, they can.
Right.
But yeah. But one thing I tell a lot of my clients is make it a family affair. Don't try to go at it all by yourself. Get your aunts, uncles, grandparents, neighbors, friends to help fund the 529 plan. Recently just opened a 529 plan for a client, and we were all done, and the mom goes, Eric, do you have any envelopes that have the account number on it? And I said, well, I can get them. Why? She goes, well, I'm going to talk to all my relatives and all my husband's relatives and say, birthday time, Christmas time, just get him one gift. He doesn't need 4 or 5 gifts. Take that extra money, write a check, put it in the envelope, send it in for his 529 plan.
Exactly.
I thought that was a great idea.
Exactly. I mean, and we're in the same situation, whereas your kids, they don't need anything for their birthday and stuff like that. And just whereas if people can make a donation to the 529 plan, which which we give as an option, that's that's fantastic, and it can be passed on to other family members.
That's correct. So let's say you were talking about the theater program a little while ago. So let's say Johnny has a scholarship offer for music, and he doesn't use all that 529 plan. That 529 plan then can be passed on to, say, his sister.
Right.
If she ends up going to college, doesn't get a scholarship, we can change what we call the beneficiary from one 529 plan to add another person to it. So yeah, it can be used.
Because I mean, in today's world, things change.
Yeah.
And someone may, we have 2 girls. Our oldest may get scholarships, and we can just transfer that over to our other one, just in case. If someone wants to get in touch with you for more information about a 529 plan or any other insurance or any other investments, how do they reach you?
They can reach me here in Blue Springs. My number is 655-3065 or 510-9 9067.
Okay.
Or they can email me if they have questions, and that's Eric, E-R-I-C, .sporing, S-P-O-R-I-N-G, at usbank.com.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I want to touch base with you a little bit more about, being involved in the community. You're a coach with your son's baseball team, correct?
Yes.
How's that?
That's fun. Getting to watch, 9, 10-year-olds, finally, starts to kind of click, as they get a little older and competition gets a little tougher. It's fun to interact with them and watch them grow and win and learn the game of baseball.
And you're also a sponsor of ours with Vision Sports, which does the Blue Springs and Blue Springs South football games on TV and radio right here on Channel 15 and on the AT&T Universe 99 on 1030 AM KCWJ. You're the sponsor of the Red Zone.
Yes.
And I look at that because look at me, man, it's just over 50. Okay, I am in my red zone right now of retirement.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a perfect time for someone to give you a shout because there's many people out there in the that realize I'm not as prepared as I thought I was, because when you end up getting just Social Security, that's not much.
Yeah.
So I think it's neat that you're the Red Zone sponsor. Just with someone in my situation. But how has that sponsorship been for you? And what is it? You're also a sponsor of ours on Sideliner Sports for the Raytown schools and also the Blue Springs schools with the Sonic Locker Room, where we get to highlight great folks like Susan and her staff because they don't get the type of coverage. Why do you get involved in such things? Why do you sponsor such things as involved with the schools?
Well, first of all, when you approach me, one thing is, Tony, and I don't think you probably get enough recognition of this, but, number one, you give back to the school, So when I'm advertising with you, it goes back, to the school, Plus, I love to be, as you said earlier, I'm involved with the community. I want to show people that, I do care. I am here in Blue Springs. So I want people to see that. I'm a Blue Springs guy.
Right.
That's what I want to say.
Right.
And, I want people to know I'm here.
Right. You don't just, because a lot of times it's a bedroom community, and people just reside in the community. They don't live in the community.
Yep.
And one thing that you definitely do is you live in the community, and you go to and very involved with the chamber, with the golf tournament, and very involved with the Blue Springs Business League, coaching, very involved with the schools, and congratulations on all that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Once again, if somebody wants to contact you, okay, what is the address of the U.S. Bank location that you're at?
I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't tell you. I am actually at the North Main branch. So I'm at 1500 North 7 Highway. We sit right in front of the country club. Okay.
And so if someone's like me, one thing I did with you is people who have a 401k from another company, they can, instead of having that money just stay with where it is with a company they don't work for anymore, okay, they can bring that to you, and you can sit down with them and tailor make a great program for them.
That's correct.
And that way they're in control of what their investment is not what their former company.
Exactly. Yep. It's a great. I bring you in, set you down, kind of give you your options, and I always tell people it's like kind of when your old 401k is where it's at, nobody's really watching it, paying attention to it. We kind of maybe come over and visit with me if we do something and we work together. Kind of gives us the whole menu to work with. So.
Okay, and once again, that phone number that people can call you?
655-3065.
All right, he's Eric Sporing. He is a financial advisor at U.S. Bank on the North 7 Highway here in beautiful Blue Springs, involved in the community. He loves Blue Springs. He's the pride of Opie, Kansas.
Yes.
Okay, but now he's a pride here, and he's proud to be a part of the Blue Springs community. Eric, as always, thanks for being a part of Positive Blue Springs and all your support of everything in the community.
Thank you, Tony.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is Positively Blue Springs, a presentation of the BSSD Media Network.
Print Graphics, located at the corner of 10th and Vesper in Blue Springs, has been providing its thousands of satisfied customers with high-quality print products and services for 22 years. Fast, friendly, and professional service. That's what you can expect every time at Print Graphics. Print Graphics is locally owned and operated and offers the same high-quality products and services as the larger print shops, but at a lower cost. For business letterhead, envelopes, invitations, announcements, catalogs, brochures, or any type of printing product or service, phone or visit Print Graphics. That's Print Graphics, 945 Northwest Vesper in Blue Springs. You can call Print Graphics at 228-1053. That's 228-1053. Or visit them online at printgraphicskc.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Foster. Welcome to our practice. Foster Dental Care was founded in 1980. We've been a part of Eastern Jackson County since that time. I chose this area because my wife and I wanted to be close to the metropolitan area, but yet still be in a small town, and Blue Springs definitely has a small town feel even as it's grown.
Foster Dental Care, we really do every procedure from general dentistry, fillings, extractions, dentures, and up to cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, braces, whitening, veneers. You name it, we do it here at Foster Dental Care.
We're a one-stop shop. We can treat anything from your dental emergency to your orthodontics.
I think what sets us apart here at Foster Dental Care is just our ability to serve a wide variety of patients and a wide variety of services, and while delivering the best possible dentistry in a warm and compassionate and comfortable environment.
Forming relationships with our patients is just as important to us as treating their dental needs. Seeing our patients walk out with a smile and a great experience is our goal.
I just love seeing patients, and just getting to do that on a day-to-day basis is wonderful. I love working with my team as we just strive to provide the best dentistry in the area and expand our knowledge in being able to do so.
At Foster Dental Care, our main concern is putting patients first and giving you the smile that you've always wanted. We look forward to your visit.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I want to thank our guests that made our show fantastic today. First off, thank you to Susan Cooper. Make sure you get out and see Guys and Dolls February 5th, 6th, and 7th. There's nothing like a theater performance here at Blue Springs South High School, and what a classic play for them to put on. Also, I want to thank Eric Sporing with U.S. Bank here in Blue Springs. Don't forget to visit him on North 7 Highway. And any questions you have for 529 plans or anything involved with investing, give Eric a call. I also want to thank you, the viewers at home, for inviting us into your living rooms to view Positively Blue Springs. I also want to thank the Blue Springs School District for allowing us this outstanding forum. For Pete Grigsby and everyone here at Sideline of Sports and Positively Blue Springs, make it a great day.